All right, today we are doing a deep dive into a fitness franchise that's been making some waves, MaxStrength Fitness. If you're an investor looking at the fitness space, this is for you. We're going to give you a straight-up, factual look, pulling everything directly from their own legal disclosures, especially the Franchise Disclosure Document, or FDD. Our whole goal here is to give you the key info you need to decide if this is even worth a closer look.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start with what makes them different, their whole proposition. Then we'll get into the weeds of the business model and, of course, the numbers. After that, we'll see what kind of support you actually get, tackle the really important risks and legal stuff, and then wrap it all up with what you should do next. First things first, what is MaxStrength Fitness? I mean, let's be honest. The fitness market is packed. So they're trying to carve out a very specific and what they hope is a very profitable little corner of it. And that really leads to the million-dollar question for any investor, right? Is this actually a new, better way to do fitness franchising? Or is it just the same old thing with a new coat of paint? Let's take a look.
Okay, this slide is basically their entire strategy in a nutshell. The hook is efficiency. We're talking just 2 20-minute workouts a week, and it's all science-based. Now, this isn't for your typical gym bro. They are laser-focused on a specific group. Affluent folks over 45. Think busy executives, parents with disposable income, active retirees, people who have more money than time. And that focus is what allows them to build a model around high client retention, which for an investor is the magic formula for recurring revenue.
So that's the big idea. But how does it actually work as a day-to-day business? Let's break down the mechanics here and see why their clients seem to stick around.
The experience is, well, it's unique. You can't just drop in. It's strictly one-on-one and by appointment. They call it a clinically controlled environment. And they are not kidding. They control everything, right down to the temperature, which is always a cool 67 degrees. The whole workout is designed to be high intensity but low force, meaning you get results without beating up your joints, which is a huge deal for their target audience. And this is what that controlled experience gets you, a Net Promoter Score of 92. Let me put that in perspective for you. Anything over 70 is considered world-class. A 92 it's practically unheard of. It tells you that their clients aren't just satisfied, they are hardcore fans, which is an incredibly valuable asset. And that fanatical loyalty, it's baked right into the pricing model. This is a premium service, with sessions running around $57, usually sold in long-term packages. We're talking 6, 12, even 18-month commitments. That means your cash flow is predictable. Add in a strict cancellation policy and an 80% client return rate after the pandemic, and you can see why the model looks so resilient on paper.
Okay, time for the part everyone's been waiting for. Let's talk money. What's it going to cost you to open one of these, and what kind of money are the existing locations actually making?
Right off the bat, here's something you need to notice. There's a difference between the official legal document, the FDD, and their marketing material. The FDD puts the total investment somewhere between, let's call it $350,000 and $550,000. But their brand sheet shows a higher number. This is exactly the kind of thing you'd want to ask them about on your very first call. Why the difference?
Now, on top of that big initial check, you've got your ongoing fees. The franchise fee itself is just under $55,000 for one studio, but you get a discount if you buy more. Then you have your standard 6% royalty, a small ad fee, and a tech fee. But the thing that really jumps out at me here is that minimum royalty. You're on the hook for at least $500 a month, no matter what your sales look like. And to even get in the door, they have some financial hurdles. You need at least $175,000 in cash or liquid assets, and a total net worth of at least $400,000. They want to make sure you have the financial cushion to survive those tough early months. Now, before we look at any potential earnings, we have to hit pause for the big, mandatory legal disclaimer. The numbers we're about to show you come from established, company-owned locations. This is not a promise. It's not a guarantee. Your results could be wildly different. There is absolutely no assurance you will make this much money.
So, keeping that disclaimer front and center, let's look at the 2023 projected numbers from the FDD. A smaller studio, around 1,800 square feet, is projected to pull in roughly $838,000 in revenue, with a pre-tax profit of about $100,000. The larger studio, a little bit more. The main takeaway here is that their mature corporate stores are showing the potential for 6-figure profits.
Okay, so you've written the check, you've met the requirements. What do you actually get for your money? Let's look at the training and support systems they have in place to help you get off the ground and, hopefully, succeed.
They've got the whole path to opening day mapped out for you. It all starts with them helping you find the right spot and negotiate the lease. Then you're going to get about 50 to 60 hours of training, both at their headquarters and at your own location. They'll also help you with the construction and build-out, and then guide you on the big marketing push for your grand opening. You've got about 9 months, 270 days to get all that done from the day you sign.
And the help doesn't just stop once the doors are open. They're providing ongoing real estate support, a full marketing calendar, and they even manage email campaigns for you. They handle the tech support for all the software that runs your business, scheduling, billing, all of it. Plus, you get continuous operational advice, and there's an annual conference to keep everyone on the same page. Okay, we've seen the opportunity, the potential upside. Now it is time to flip the coin over and look at the risks. This is the fine print. This is the section of any franchise disclosure document where you need to put on your reading glasses and pay very close attention.
I'm going to pause here because this is a direct quote from their own FDD. This isn't my opinion or analysis. This is the company's lawyers warning you. They are telling you in black and white that their own financial situation might make it difficult for them to provide the very support they're selling you. That is a massive red flag.
And here are the numbers behind that warning. In 2023, the franchisor company itself lost over $277,000. But what's even more concerning is this members deficit. That means their liabilities are greater than their assets by over $325,000. As a franchisee, this is a huge deal. Does the parent company have the cash to innovate, to market the brand, to support you in a crisis? Because of this, some states might even make them post a bond just to be allowed to sell franchises there.
And it's not just their financials. You're also signing up to be an early adopter. I mean, they've only been franchising since mid-2021, and it's sold exactly one franchise by the end of 2023. You're also locked into using their approved suppliers, and they straight up tell you they might make a profit off of what you buy. And if you ever have a problem, you're not going to your local court. You're going to arbitration in Ohio on their home turf.
So we have a really compelling business model on one side and some pretty serious risks on the other. Where does that leave you? Let's talk about a clear path forward if you're still considering this. Let's boil it all down. The opportunity is a premium, high-retention model with insane customer loyalty and recurring revenue. The risks are a franchisor with almost no track record and documented financial weakness. So your homework, your due diligence, has to be top-notch. Number 1, get the full FDD and read every single word. Number 2, do not do this alone. Pay for a good franchise lawyer and a CPA to review it with you. And number 3, maybe the most important step of all, call the existing franchisee. Their contact info is in the FDD. Talk to them.
And that really leaves us with the final question you have to ask yourself. This is the core dilemma. You have a high-margin concept with a potentially huge upside, but it's tied to the very real risks of being an early partner in a system whose own long-term health is, by its own admission, still a question mark. The answer to that is going to depend entirely on you, your appetite for risk, and your overall investment strategy.